Hello, everyone. 10 letters here, and we're going to be going over the new hero adventure, and we're going to go into a deep dive. Yes, the pun was intended. So the main attack here is it's a short range, actually it's more of like a mid ranged attack. So it's kind of a like a medium speed, kind of like a Pharaoh rocket. Goes one, two, three. It's about 200. I think it's two. I think the bots were like 200 health. Um, and it has a little bit of a splash to it. So if I hit here, there's a bit of a splash. Not much damage, but a little bit of damage. A little bit of damage. If I remember right, I tested it as about 19 meters is how far it actually goes. Um, so you have your ability one, or your actually it's more of your secondary attack. So your secondary attack is a little dash that that damages and knockbacks a little bit. Um, we'll get more to what it can do here in a second. Your ability one is a like a burrow. So Venture will burrow underneath the ground, but it takes like a split second. There's a few times I was trying to escape using burrow, and I got killed while trying to burrow. So as you can see, it took a second. Uh, and then you can just launch it up, and you can get some good damage there. Notice it did some good AOE. You can kind of let it expire a little bit. So if you kind of let it expire, it does hot garbage. Still gives you your shield. So which I'll go over in a little bit as well. So then you can, while you're underground, you can dash and then pop it up for a nice little combo. Do a good chunk of damage, make you less predictable. Because when you're burrowing, you kind of, people see the little thing there and they just run away the entire time. So if you try to charge up, they're gonna run away the entire time. So you kind of have to do the combo of, you're like, oh, okay, I'm chasing support, bam, 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 and yeah. While you are underground, your dash does go to a 4 second, um, like a 4 second cooldown rather than the 8 second. Both abilities do go on an 8 second cooldown naturally. The next thing we're going to talk about is the passive. So you have Explorer's Resolve. Using abilities grants temporary shields. So as you saw, when you go under here, you go to 325 rather than your typical 250 health that you have. Now you can go underground, dash, hop up, and you're ready to go, being very fortified while you come up and do your damage and everything as well. So it's really good. Think of it like old DPS Doomfist in a sense, except Doomfist was more based on his damage rather than anything. Lastly, we'll go over the ult. Um, so the ult does a shockwave. It has four um, like four ammo with a small amount of time. So we'll kind of show you here. So one, two, three, four. With a little bit of a knockup. As you saw, there is a small timer on the left hand side. I believe it's 6 seconds. When the trailer first came out, I initially thought it was just like they're just replacing it, doing like a Reinhardt shatter the entire time, and I was like, oh. But I did predict that maybe it was going to be a like an earthquake of some sort, which I thought would be kind of cool. But yeah, I'm not a developer, so we're going to go ahead and talk about who you want to pair with Venture and people who uh, counter Venture. So I've had good luck pairing with Zarya's and Lifeweavers. Zarya is great tank to work with, because when you're deep diving into the back line and you need to come back, the bubbles really help because adventure is very cooldown heavy. So it definitely helps out. Another reason Lifeweaver is another character I would work well with, um, because the life grip really helps out quite a bit. Um, I also think Zenyatta is a great character to pair with Venture. Um, Discord Orb will help tear up the backline immensely. Um, and then you could even work well with like Sombras or Tracers. Any of the main backlining characters will definitely help Venture out as well. So characters I've had issues with so far, characters I think would counter Venture would be like flyers, like Farah and Echo, and then also snipers like Hanzo and Widow, because uh, Ven- because Venture has a general uh, uh, Venture has a very short range um, for their weapon, um, so it makes it very difficult to hit them. Sombra is definitely somebody I've had a lot of issues dealing with when it comes to Venture. um Basically Sombra, hacking you, and because you heavily rely on your cooldowns a lot of times for Venture, um it really sucks to be hacked. Oddly enough, this is going to sound very shocking. Reinhardt actually seemed to be very uh uh like very counter heavy for Venture, it seemed. You could probably even say like uh I'd say it's like any of the main shield tanks, like Ramatra or Sigma as well. Although I think Sigma does okay, Ramatra would probably have a much better time. But I've not really dealt with them yet in my playtests, because the like, are you guys having a grand venture playing Venture? Puns are great. Um, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. I know it's a very cliche thing to say, but it definitely helps me out in the long run. Um, and then make sure to check out the video below over here. If you want to see some more cool content. I'll see you guys in the next video.